Well, it's morning, Scramble. Glad to have you here. And rain continues to fall. That'll happen until this afternoon, I think. Jesse Martin is in, and State Senator Bill Coleman is on the road. I don't know where you're at right now, but are you driving in the rain?
I am driving in the rain, Steve. I'm heading down to Guthrie Town. A long day today in the truck as I'll be going to Guthrie and then back through Stillwater to say hello to Jordan and Robert and the guys, then back to Ponca City, then over to Oshaleta for a event with the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association.
Wow.
And I'm thinking beef is what's for dinner.
I'll bet it will be there. Who was the first guy to be the voice of Robert Mitchum was the voice of beef, it's what's for dinner. And I can't remember who else.
It's Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. And Sam Elliott, when he narrates anything, it gets heard. And he's done some he's done some spots here recently. So are you out campaigning at all on this day? Because I think you've been asked by a few candidates anyway in the past to help out a little bit. Or is that part of your duty right now?
No, not today. I'm doing other senator and team radio stuff. It's just a mix mash of stuff today.
Have you enjoyed that aspect of it? Because obviously with the election, the official election day on Tuesday, but as you mentioned, we were talking before, I think you were listening to early voting. You can vote here. I'm going to vote in about 2 hours or a little less than 2 hours. And excited about that at the community center. But what are you laughing at?
I was going to ask all of our listeners to meet you there and vote too.
Well, that'd be great. We'll talk in line. But have you enjoyed the campaign trail a little bit?
Yeah, it's a lot better when your name's not on the ballot,
Yeah.
Steve, so it's certainly a little bit more relaxing. So, yeah, I have enjoyed it. I helped my colleague Stephanie Bice out some with her campaign, as well as a couple other of the local House and Senate people.
Not to make predictions, but obviously that one, the 5th District, is getting more money spent on it, I guess, than maybe any race in the state, because those commercials are on TV all the time. But do you have a feel for that race at all, or do you not want to go there? Either way, because I don't.
Well, yeah, the polling indicates Stephanie Bice has a 4.5% lead. But the one thing that may have really hurt Kendra Horn is when Joe Biden talked about the end of the oil industry. And, of course, I think Bice was already popping on her about that. But that certainly doesn't help in the state of Oklahoma when your party's candidate says we don't need oil anymore or whatever it was he said. But he alluded to the fact that the oil industry should go away.
How much money has been spent on the congressional district? I heard, I forgot how many millions, but it's huge. So.
Well, it's got to be. I really don't know the numbers, Steve, but I wouldn't be at all surprised that as far as the House of Representatives goes, that was probably the single most expensive campaign in the country. I would not be shocked at all to find that out.
See, I think I heard it seemed like anywhere from $9 to $11 million or something but with the candidates combined. That's phenomenal. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was low, Steve. I know
really? Wow.
Out in South Carolina, that Senate race with Lindsey Graham and his opponent, I know his opponent got $75 million from the Democratic Party.
Holy cow. Well, that's such a high profile. I mean, Lindsey Graham is so high profile. You're going to get national,
right.
But I'm sure national dollars come in, however that's legal to each district, like a District 5. The other big one, I think, in the state that you do see spots, and that's the Inhofe Abbey Broyles race that's going on right now. So.
Right. And I haven't seen any polling on that. I don't know what to tell you on that one. You know, we're a pretty red state, and there's plenty of people that still vote straight party.
Right. So it's going to be an interesting few days, that's for sure, and maybe longer than just a few days. So.
Yeah, let's hope not. I will agree with the president. He did say, whatever happens, he hope it happens quick and doesn't drag out like it did in 2000 with Bush and Gore.
You know, we forget, because I've seen how many weeks that way, how long that was, and it doesn't seem like. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. It wasn't as. It was high profile, but maybe it wasn't as contentious. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it went as long as it did. But it went a long time before they.
It went several weeks, and if you look back, I mean, in 2000, we weren't near as an angry people as we are today.
I guess that's it.
Social media and the Russians and everybody poking at us. So, Yeah, we would want a quick resolution.
Yeah, I think you're right about we weren't as angry of people because even though we thought we were maybe, but I didn't remember it being nearly a month, but it turned out it was. So, what else is on your plate today as you drive around? You got a full day today. We've got an early election. I think we're going to have big numbers here. Ponca City and K County, I'm sure, is the same, right?
Yeah, we go to Newkirk for our early voting. That's where the county courthouse is. I did see a picture on Facebook, Steve, of Lincoln Boulevard where the Oklahoma County Election Board is, and cars were backed up probably a half a mile to three-quarter a mile there on Lincoln Boulevard. That's
Holy
a
cow.
stretch, but yeah, that's a stretch between where I live and go to the Capitol. The Oklahoma County Election Board is right in the middle of that. And I saw another senator post a picture in Bristow at Creek County and said, never seen early voting like this before.
So you're saying I may be there a while today. Okay.
Yeah, you may be there a while today, and the good thing is we want good voter turnout,
Absolutely.
no matter what your affiliation is.
Absolutely. Well, I might grab a sausage biscuit before I go then, thanks to that advice, because I thought I might just run over. Go ahead.
Grab a few and be in line with them.
There you. That's not a bad plan either. You'd be popular that way for sure. So you had questions.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do both of you, this is for both of you as well. So I know there's a lot of early voter turnout, right? And the hopes is that we have some of the biggest turnout that we've had, coast to coast. But do you think some of it is pandemic driven to space out so you're not everybody going on election day? Do you think the numbers will be higher, or is it just will it still be about the same within a little bit of margin, but it's just spreading out over 3 or 4 days?
I personally, I think, as Bill just said, we're an angry people on one side or the other. I think there's more emotion.
Have a higher turnout.
Yeah, I just think people are revved up. I don't know if Bill, what his saying is on that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Well, I think with the turnout, it's obviously going to be higher because we've seen the absentee numbers go through the roof because of coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And I just think overall, you add in those absentees, and now you see these long lines at the early voting, and we've certainly seen the lines across the country who started a week or so ago. I wouldn't be surprised to see a record turnout, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you have a young daughter who is, it seems like the youth vote, and we've said this for a long time, but it may be true this time. The youth are going to turn out to vote because they're organized. There's all kinds. They're very active in social media. Do you get that feel from her?
Yeah, oh yeah. She's asking me questions on the state questions.
Good.
She's very active and is obviously very excited about voting for president for the first time. So I know that she's very inquisitive on some of the things, and she's looking forward to voting. And I don't know how many more her age are like that, but I think we're going to see a large group of people voting for the first time.
I think so too. I have several friends that have daughters about anywhere from 18 to 22 or 3, mm-hmm. college age, and they're all in. And the fact that they're asking about the state questions and stuff, that's inspiring because I need to ask about those too because you still look at them and you go, I'm not sure I understand this one. So we have the two, and you went over those with us a couple of weeks ago, and we've had several that did the same thing. So that's great. So I'm glad they're in.
You bet.
So
yeah, I was going to say a lot of athletic departments are doing something new this year as well, where it's a mandatory off day, right? So their student athletes can go out and do their right and get out and vote, and so it's something that I think it was team by team across the country before where they'd let them off and to go vote, but it's actually up here at OSU Athletics. It's going to be an off day, so all of our student athletes can go off and vote. And I think that's cool. I think it's a sign of the times. I think it's special as well.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep.
So,
that's a good thing.
Anything else, Bill, that's going out? You were excited about the Iowa State game. That turned out great. We've got another big one this weekend. So,
well, I'm excited about that one too, Steve. How would you like to be the opposing quarterback for Oklahoma State's team and look at those tapes and see the quarterbacks get banged?
Absolutely.
he got banged around the whole day. I was watching the end of the Baylor-Texas game, and Ellinger, he was kind of gimpy, and I thought, well, I hope you watch the game tapes and think about what's coming at you because that defense does get after it.
We're going to have 2 really good quarterbacks, actually 3 really good quarterbacks here because Ellinger, he's good. There's no doubt about it. He's a horse. And so,
and they're all tough. Purdy was tough. I mean, they're just tough guys. West Virginia guy was tough.
So gonna be fun.
They,
That game,
they have to be.
yeah, that game gets underway at 3 o'clock, and whenever you're playing Texas, it's fun. But
Yeah.
but I definitely like our chances. We're at number 6, I think, still.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Tim Brando, who called the game the other day on Fox. When he had his poll out, he ranked us number 4. That's the highest, but he has us in the playoff group picture, so that's great.
Yep. It's just a matter of winning every game, 1 week at a time.
Absolutely. So, anything we missed here, boss?
I can't think of anything. I thought Jesse had 14 questions.
Well, you
I was-
answered
I was
them all
gonna-
in the early stage, I guess.
Your opening statement covered
Okay.
everything.
You didn't
All
have
right,
14.
yeah.
So, hey, thanks for all you do. Appreciate that. Next week, we'll have some of these results when we talk to you, and then we may have all of them. Hopefully, we'll have all of them. I agree.
Yeah. Let's hope we do, Steve. Let's hope we have them all. But if anything causes a delay, it's going to be because of the mass of voters that went out.
There are a ton of them. When you see those lines, and how inspiring is that people are waiting 4 or 5 hours to exercise their right. So that's great.
Exactly.
So, thanks, Bill. I appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good weekend.
There
You
you
too.
go. There's State Senator Bill Coleman. Appreciate all he does here. So, anything before we go to a break, and then we'll do a little hit afterwards.
I think I'm good.
So.